Hi everyone, welcome back. Today I thought I'd talk to you a bit about safety. Um, when you're when you're working with these kind of tools, there's some stuff you need to remember. Um, Weight and mass play a big role in how safe they are. Like this motor on this bench grinder has a lot of weight to it, so if you get tangled up in there, it will do a lot of damage to you. Whereas this little guy here doesn't have a whole lot of weight and it's not too big a wheel. So even if it gets caught up in you, it can't do a whole lot of damage. So, but anyways, so at some point along here, you'll have to decide what's important to you, like fingers and stuff, and you'll have to decide where it's appropriate to wear gloves. This motor, since it's very heavy, if it's a pedestal mounted or bench mounted device, I never wear gloves with it because when you're grinding on something, if your glove gets caught, it'll suck you in because there's so much weight and mass here, the rotating mass of the motor, the wheel, it'll do a lot of catastrophic damage to you. And then that order descends a bit. This, it's a wire wheel. These things tend to get caught up in everything, your shirt. So I would, personally, I would wear gloves with this because this is a small motor. It's a Harbor Freight grinder. So gloves in this will get tangled up in it before it gets tangled up in your skin, because basically these things, they'll grab you and they'll just wad you up and do a lot of damage. That's why you almost always see me in an extra shirt when I'm working, always in gloves, hearing protection, face mask, and what it is, a lot of it's determined by weight and mass and the strength of the device. You know, the Ryobi here, I think it's Ryobi, is Ryobi is a much stronger grinder than the Harbor Freight one. I use a lot of the Harbor Freight ones partly because of that reason. They don't have a whole lot of power. So if you get tangled up in them, it'll be a whole lot less catastrophic. And then it descends down. This is one of their Harbor Freight die grinder. Doesn't have a whole lot of weight to it, but it has more than this thing. But either way, you know, if you're running along and something gets tangled up, these small motors, it'll get tangled up in there and it'll stop the device. Big motors, it won't. It'll just pull you in and create all kinds of carnage. And same thing with these little guys. But any one of these can produce enough noise to damage hearing and definitely throw stuff out to ruin your eyes. This one, wire wheels are super dangerous for your eyes because at any moment they throw out a spear. So you know, you should always wear hearing protection and eye protection with every one of them. Gloves, not so much with pedestal or bench mounted or very heavy tools that are solidly mounted. You know, whether it's pedestal, bench, you know, whatever. But handheld stuff, I always wear gloves with. Another thing, when you're running a handheld device, if you try to do it one-handed, it'll kick and throw it, and that's when you get problems. If you have two hands on it and you're cognizant of the fact that you need to keep two hands on it no matter what it does, you will probably be fine, because two hands on it, it's less likely to throw back and get caught into your gut, or you know, if you have both hands on it, it's nearly impossible to get one hand tangled up in it. And you know, I'm telling you this because I have done this by experience. This finger, I went pretty far through one day working on a project for my mom, and I was in a hurry. I needed to cut off a piece of metal. I held it with this hand, and I was running this kind of setup with the other hand. It grabbed the workpiece and just threw my finger into the blade, and so it cut that big a swath about halfway through that finger. And so anyway, this is some dangerous stuff you guys are doing here. But if you pay attention, keep both hands on the tool whenever you can, and wear your protection devices. Wear an extra shirt, because a lot of these, they'll get tangled up in it, ball it up, and it's better to get your shirt tangled up than your skin. Same thing, long hair, that kind of stuff, keep it tied back, because the electric motors, any of them have the rotating shaft. Your hair gets caught there, it's just going to drive it up into your face, into your chin, whatever. It's so it's a good idea to always be aware of the damage these things can do. Don't ever get comfortable with them, because they can wreak a lot of havoc. You guys have a great day. Thanks for watching, and be sure to like and subscribe this video. Thank you.